action feed the heel scoop to the groin at this point. Okay, and I'm going to let that heel scoop carry me out. Okay, watch again. 1, 2, 3, and then out. Of his left knee, buckling that leg and crossing out. All right, let's try it again. So we take it from where we already know it and learned it. Clavicle check, bring his head into the action here. Eye poke, rear crossover, hammer the groin, and knee on the way up. Good. We chop and we take our opponent down, right? Okay, now at this point, we're going to go a step further. If he starts to kick or bring that leg up, we're going to back knuckle, knocking it down, but we're going to continue the flow of that circle, come around with our fingertips, and I say fingertips, and slice the groin. The leg is down and out of the way. All right? If you try to chop at this angle, you would have to drop all the way down, and even then, angle wouldn't fit the target. So we're going to use our fingertips at this point to slice the groin, come back up the leg, contouring it, break the ankle now as you pivot over to a right forward bow. It's a push-pull. You're going to pull with your right hand on his ankle and push on the back of that with your left hand. And as you do it, he's going to flip over as you go to a right forward bow. Now you're going to stop at the back of the spine. As you do, chamber your hands here for a counterbalance. I don't want him over here, but I want him on the right side. You're going to stand on him and stomp and leap off to a zone of sanctuary right back here. Now, this will be approximately 4 o'clock. You're going to be in a crane, then you're going to come down and drop your weight and stomp the ribs to the ground, which again is going to bring his head back up. The left hand's going to check as this hand now chops to the back of the neck as you go to a left closed kneel. Cock your hands to your left hip, stomp between the shoulder blades, leap off to approximately 10 o'clock to another zone of sanctuary, checking with your hands to the left side of your body, leap off, just out of reach of his left arm. He can't reach you, but you can reach him. And that's what that zone of sanctuary will do for you. Okay? Thank you, Kevin. Drop your weight. Okay, let's do this again. All right. All right. Tim? 1, 2, 3, 4. Hit and stop. And back again. Thank you, Tim. Good. Right. Now that's a quarter beat timing. Okay, now watch again. We make the break, rip, chop, all at once. Poke into the eye. It also cross-checks my opponent at that point. Okay, let's try it again. We'll walk through it. Break, heel palm, knee, slip, eye poke, cross in, hit the groin. He grabs, sweep, and poke. Now watch this in close quarters here. Grab and chop the throat at that point. Okay, let's take it again. All right, so we're here. Next move, eye, cut. All right, chop, and then 1, 2. Bam. Right from there, I want a side kick to any available target. Over to approximately 3 o'clock, put my foot behind his, and use my knee as a buckle to get him to go down. All right, at this point, I'm going to rear crossover, or if I'm too close, just slide up and do a heel stomp to the groin at this point. Okay, Kevin, come on up. I'm going to show you another way to do this, depending upon where your opponent is. All right, remember, I'm facing this angle. It's 12 o'clock. We make the break, but shoot the kicks. Man, this side. Now we begin our buckle at this point. Now I want you to cross over. It's another method of doing it, and as you do, you can heel palm, claw, back knuckle, shoot your elbow, whatever, then take the leg out. And then come in, touch the groin all at once. Thank you, Kevin. Good. And we're going to use the weight of his body on that one leg to help us do it. Rick, we know the technique. We make it from here, bring him up, sweep the leg, cross in, and buckle this leg. Now, that buckle will break, providing one thing, that once you lift him up on his toes here, instead of putting him on his back, and you sweep that leg while it's still in the air. We'll hold it up for a minute, stop action. We plant and we cross in, and that's when you break the knee at that point. There's 2 ways you can do this. As I hit and I lift him up, I can sweep it and actually grab it and then go after it. All right, you got to be careful because it will snap. Or, secondly, we do the technique, we take him, and we just bring it up high enough and come in fast enough to take it down. Okay, thank you, Rick. What I want you to do, though, when you practice is be careful, because it weave the arm out and cross out. Let's take it from this angle, too. We do the technique, anchor, rip, back knuckle, knee, re-grab. Now, if there's a leg here, use it. You can elongate him, stretch it out, break the wrist, and roundhouse kick, and twist stance. Snake around, and kick and stomp. Thank you, Rick. Give a back kick with the left leg. All right, let's try it again. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7. Thank you, Tim. Down there. Good, let's try it again. Come on. Kick comes. Up, hit, wham. And then back out. Thank you. Rick. Let's try it from this angle. Okay, we do the beginning, which we all know. Make the grab, drop back and hit, forward bow, cat stance, slip over, elbow, come up, bring him around, hammer, and then all of this happens at once. Thank you, Rick. Good. Right closed kneel and drop on the clavicle. At this point, then you scrape the face, stop, and cross out. Tim, let's try it again. All right, he grabs. I step back, elbow, claw, break. Knee sandwich. Now, a close-up of this will show you that with my hand on his right shoulder, the left hand grabs, pulls, this hand pushes, which now acts as a fulcrum. Now, it's a push-pull as I rip together. That's what flips him over, and you pull up with your left hand to keep him up there. Then you begin the figure 8 at this point and drop down on the clavicle. Okay, now I want to show you a close-up of what I'm doing. And I want you to learn how to guide your opponent down to... Drop your weight. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Knee. Cross over. Make sure your hands cover and protect. Drop down low. And out. Thank you, Tim. Okay, let's try it from this angle. Up, down, hit, kick, break, rip, punch, knee, and break. Thank you, Tim. Into the kick, and then we're going to cross out. Okay, let's pick it up from this angle here. Shoot. 1, 2, and buckle. Hammer, up, and up. Thank you, Rick. We do the first part of the technique, right? Knee, kick, and slip this elbow. Now, as the elbow hits, when you scrape down and stomp his foot, it doesn't stay there, but it rolls to the other side of the head, and you bring him around to 3 o'clock. And you're going to do a left front twist stance, knee to the face, heel to the face, then kick out the supporting leg on the inside of his left knee. Let's try it again, Kevin. All right, so we have 1, all right, 2. Okay, you know how this beginning works. Elbow, rear crossover. Now, it's a rear crossover hammer the groin, and then a back knuckle to the nose. Use the back of your hand to keep him there. Yeah. Grab his neck, knee, plant down to your left foot, and throw him as you shoot your left leg back. Yes. Keep this hand to brace him and keep him there. The right hand circles around and hammers as you drop in. And as that hits, this carries you, and you leap all the way around to his other side. And drop the punch in and the knee as well, to the sternum or the ribs, either one. You spring off of him, bounce up, and come around again to the other side with a looping overhead roundhouse. Thank you, Rick. His right ankle on the way out. Let's try it again, Kevin. Let's move up here just a little bit. Gives a little shove, we borrow it, hit him, chicken kick, up, around, elbow, right? Sweeping, knee and throw. Cross in, stomp, 1 and 2. Now, from this position, if you bring the camera in, if his foot is up, And now, from here, I want you to hop over a little bit, do a right heel scoop to the inside of his left knee, and then a roundhouse kick to the other knee. Then I want you to cross in and stomp the groin and scrape and stomp the foot on the way out. Let's try it again, Tim. All right, so we move. 1, 2, 3, right? 4, up and back. Good. Come over, scrape, kick, stomp, and out. Thank you, Tim. Good. And heel stomp, and you're going to use marriage of gravity to do this with your left foot. All right, let's try it again, Tim. We got the right uppercut, claw, back knuckle, eye poke, rope, hit, bring his head down to your knee, knee again to the face, snap that elbow, put it behind his back, and shuffle and heel palm. All in one motion. Drop, and then back up and stomp. Thank you, Tim. Good. Just a little bit. All right, so we break the grab. Get around behind him, elbow, heel palm at this point. Let him drop, and cross over and stomp that arm. Now, at this point, I want you to step back and sweep his arm, which brings the head, the centrifugal force of that brings the head into position so we could do a slicing side kick and spinning back kick on the ground into the mastoid at this point, and then we cross out. Good. Thank you, Tim.